the 2025 HLTV Awards, a landmark event designed to celebrate the best and brightest in the world of professional Counter-Strike. Global Offensive, CS:GO, was meant to highlight the incredible talent, dedication, and passion of the global esports community. Instead, the ceremony became a stage for chaos, controversy, and widespread public outrage after a shocking and unexpected disruption involving none other than Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It all started innocently enough. The glittering ceremony, held in Copenhagen and packed with the biggest names in esports, was running smoothly. The atmosphere was electric as fans, players, and commentators eagerly awaited the crowning moment of the evening, the presentation of the coveted Best Player of the Year award. With live broadcasts streaming to millions of fans across the globe, this was the pinnacle of recognition for one lucky professional gamer. But just as the announcement was about to take place, the room collectively froze in confusion when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle walked onto the stage. The unexpected appearance of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex immediately drew murmurs from the audience. Some attendees clapped politely, unsure of what to make of the moment, while others simply gawked in disbelief. The royal couple's connection to esports or Counter-Strike was entirely non-existent, leaving many to wonder what had prompted their presence at such a specialized event. Any curiosity or goodwill toward the couple quickly dissipated, however, when Prince Harry made his opening statement. In a tone that could only be described as authoritative and condescending, Harry interrupted the host and declared, "Before we proceed, I insist that I am addressed properly as Your Royal Highness." The room fell silent for a beat as his words sank in. Then, the backlash began. First came the jeers, echoing through the packed venue like ripples on water. A few muffled laughs broke out, quickly escalating into full-blown boos. Some attendees audibly mocked Harry, shouting back, "This isn't Buckingham Palace. And what does this have to do with CS:GO?" The awkwardness was palpable, and even the live-stream commentators were momentarily at a loss for words. The audience, a mix of elite CS:GO players, analysts, team owners and passionate fans, was clearly unimpressed by the royal intrusion, and their collective frustration became impossible to ignore. Despite the increasingly hostile atmosphere, Harry doubled down on his demands. "I am here tonight with my wife, Meghan," he continued, visibly flustered but determined to assert himself. "And as a member of the royal family, I expect a certain level of respect." His tone teetered between indignation and arrogance, which only fueled the crowd's discontent. Meghan Markle, who stood silently at his side, appeared uncomfortable as the scene spiraled out of control. The event's host, legendary CS:GO commentator Anders Bloom, tried valiantly to defuse the situation. Taking the microphone, he addressed the audience with a mix of humor and diplomacy, saying, "Well, folks, I think we can all agree this is unexpected. Let's focus on what we're here to celebrate: the incredible achievements of our players this year." His attempt to steer the focus back to the awards was met with some applause, but it was already too late. Harry, visibly irritated by the lack of reverence, interrupted again, saying, "This is exactly the problem with society today. No respect for tradition, no understanding of what true leadership looks like." The boos grew louder. Some in the crowd began chanting the name of the CS:GO player expected to win the award, further drowning out Harry's words. In a final act of defiance, Harry looked out over the jeering crowd and said, "Clearly, this is not an audience that understands decorum." With that, he turned on his heel and stormed off the stage, Meghan following closely behind. The entire room erupted into a mix of laughter, cheers, and more boos as the royal couple disappeared from view. The fallout was immediate and far-reaching. Social media platforms lit up like wildfire as clips of the incident circulated within minutes. On X, formerly Twitter, hashtags such as #HLTV Awards, #Prince Harry, and #Not Your Royal Highness began trending worldwide. Reactions ranged from outrage to mockery, with many accusing Harry of being out of touch and self-important. "What does Prince Harry have to do with esports?" one user wrote. "If he wants respect, maybe he should start by respecting the event he crashed." Others were more scathing, calling the incident the perfect example of why royalty has no place in the modern world. The incident also sparked widespread criticism from within the esports community. Prominent players and analysts expressed their disappointment that the ceremony, meant to honor the hard work and achievements of the industry's best, had been hijacked by what many saw as a desperate grab for attention. "This was supposed to be a celebration of our community," one pro player tweeted. "Instead, it turned into a circus. Shameful." Perhaps the most significant consequence of the debacle, however, was the way it reignited broader debates about the relevance of royalty in contemporary society. For years, Harry and Meghan have been polarizing figures, celebrated by some for their break from traditional royal life but criticized by others for what they perceive as hypocrisy and self-promotion. This latest incident only added fuel to the fire, with commentators and public figures weighing in on what it symbolized about the monarchy's place in an egalitarian, merit-based world. In a room full of people who've worked tirelessly to achieve their dreams, Harry demanded respect simply because of his birthright, one prominent journalist noted. "That tells you everything you need to know about the disconnect between royalty and the modern age." Amid the uproar, the achievements of the esports community were unfortunately overshadowed. The HLTV Awards, which should have been a celebration of innovation, dedication, and excellence in CS:GO, instead became a flashpoint for controversy and ridicule. While the Best Player of the Year award was eventually presented, albeit under far less celebratory circumstances, it was clear that the night would be remembered not for the accomplishments of the players but for the chaos caused by Harry and Meghan's ill-fated appearance. In the days following the incident, calls grew for the HLTV Awards organizers to address the debacle and ensure that future ceremonies remain focused on the community they are meant to celebrate. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan's actions continued to dominate headlines, cementing the event as one of the most bizarre and divisive moments in esports history. For the players, fans, and industry figures who had hoped for a night of unity and recognition, the incident was a sobering reminder of how easily external forces can derail even the most well-intentioned celebrations.